Hey guys, welcome back to the sixth video tutorial of our series of the Android application development. Here is the new video tutorial in which I will talk about the Android application structure whenever you will create a new Android application package in the Eclipse. I will take the Eclipse descriptions over here and we will talk about the Android application structure in the Eclipse IDE. In the other video next from this, we will talk about the structure of the program in the Android Studio, which is the same as the over here. So first of all, we will talk about the program structure in the Eclipse. So whenever you will start to create a one particular Android application project, just go inside the file, new, then select the Android application project, where you have to specify the few things over here. So it will ask you for the application name. So let's take a first application name like test app. Give the project name as the same. I will keep it the same as the project name test tab. Then the package name will be there. The package name is the reverse of a particular domain name. So I will take it as the com dot domain, or let's say dot test app. So this is what the package name stands for here. It is the reverse domain name com dot dot. The test app is your particular application name. Then the another specification that it requires is the minimum required SDK for an application on which the minimum required SDK for that your application to be executed. So I will select is the API level 14 for the minimum SDK requirement. The target SDK which I will target is the 21. API level 21 is there. I do have the API level 23, but I just select the API level. Okay, let's select the API level 23 for that one. That is what the target SDK where my application is going to be target. Now I will compile it with the Android API level 23 for right now, and I can also select the theme of my particular application, but I will select it with the hollow light with the dark action bar, and you can just click on the next. So next it will give you the set of the options where you can select the custom launcher, where you can also create a custom launcher icon. If you want to create, then just ticket mark over here. You can also set if you want to create an activity or not, so you can also ticket mark over here. I will create an activity. You can also make a library project over here by marking this one as the mark this project as the library, and you can also set the path of your particular project where you want to store this particular file of your particular of your project. So this is what this configuration, and click on the next. So it will take you to the creating the configure the launcher icon. So where you can also select the image of your choice, wherever if you have created your application icon before doing this all the things. So you can select the image from browsing through your particular system, or you can also select the clip arts that has been already given by the Android IDE inside here. So you can select anything from over here. You can also trim the surrounding of this particular icon, and you can also create it. You can also select the center, or you can also select the circle for how it will look like. You can also check for the colors if you want to change the colors of this particular icon. You can also select the multiple colors for that one, for the foreground and the background, so how it will look like. So I will make it like this one. Now click on the next. So it will let you ask for the which type of activity you want to create defaultly in this particular application. So if I want to if I not want any activity to be created, then I will select deselect the create activity, and if I want to create an activity, then I will select it, and I will create any type of activity that I want. I can so it will give you the much options, that activity with the fragment or the empty activity, then the full screen activity, master detail flow activity is there, then the navigation drawer activity is there, and the tab view activity is there. So this type of different activity which from which you can also select any type of activity on which it will defaultly created with for your application. So right now I will create the blank activity, and I will create the next, and it will ask me for the name of the activity and the layout of the activity name. So I prefer to give it the default name as the main activity and the activity name for my default activities. So that is what the activity configuration. So now when you click on the finish, it will create your application project in the IDE. So wait for the few seconds. So this is what the default application layout that has been created. It is already shown that the hello world text is displayed on the activity screen. So this is what the default screen layout is there, or you can say the one activity is there where the relative layout is stand there and the text view that has been put it on the relative layout view for the displaying the text hello world inside this one. So we will talk about these things later on the another videos, and we will talk about these palettes in the another video for this one. But right now I want to talk about the application package structure that has been already created for you. So inside the first is the source folder, where you will have the source of a particular Java files. This is the main activity.java file which I have created for the default activity of mine, where the packages stands for where the packages stands over there, where the package name is the com.devpuri.taste app is there, which I have given as the package name. Then the activity has been, the class of the activity has been imported inside this one. Then the main activity is there which extends the classes of the all the methods of the activity, where the onCreate method is there which has whenever the activity is created, it has set the layout as the activity underscore main, which we have defaultly created defaultly created for us over here in the activity main.xml file. So this is how the activity has been set the layout of the particular activity from the XML layout. Then the on create option menu and the on option item selected methods are there, where when the options menu will be selected. We will talk about these things later in the another video tutorials, but right now this is where the main Java files are resides in the source folder, which contain the main Java file of your activity, or you can say the main class file of your Android application. Then the generated en folder is there, which contains the generated Java files of your application, where the build configuration.java file is there and the r.java file is there. R.java file is there, which holds the ID and the name of the each and every attribute that resides in your particular application. So that is what the generated Java files en folder. Then the Android 6.0 and the Android private libraries are there, which contain the Android support libraries which you incorporate in your Android application, and the version of the Android for which you are implementing your application. It contains the jar file of that particular version. So that is what the Android 6.0 marshmallow that I have selected. Then the assets folder is there, which contain the number of assets that you want to incorporate in your particular Android application, like the image file, like the text files or the word files. So those assets you can also put inside this particular asset folder, and you can make use of that folder, that particular things in your Android application. Then the bin folder is there, which contain your APK file when you will build or when you will run your project. Then the default APK file will be created in the bin folder, which contain the other related documents of your Android application. Then the libraries are there, which contain the support libraries. As you have selected over here the Android private libraries, it also contains the jar file of that particular libraries. Then the resource folder is there, which contain the resources, number of resources related to your particular Android application. These drawable folders which will contain the images that use in your Android application in the different pixel format from the HDPI, LDPI, MDPI to the XXX HDPI. So these are the different formats that make the use of these things for the images. Then the layout folder is there, resides in the resource folder, which contain the layout of your Android Android activities. So this is what the Android activity main.xml file. If you want to create another layout or another layout for any activity, you have to put that layout inside this XML file, inside this layout folder. Then the menu folder will contain the main.xml file over here, which contain one particular item is there, where the action setting item is there. So it contain the menu options, where you can select the options for the menu in there. And another next folder is the values, which contain the dimension, whatever dimension that you have specified in your particular application. Those dimension you can put inside this dimensions.xml file. Then the strings that has been used in your Android application, that is stored in the string.xml file. And the different type of styles that you have used in your Android application, those styles you can also store in the styles.xml file. So this is what the Android structure of the application. And the main thing is there, which is the Android manifest.xml file is there, which is the main part of your Android application which contains the main package name over here, then the version code, then the version of your particular Android application, version name of your particular application, then the revision code is there, sad user ID, sad user label, then the install location on which where you want to install your particular Android application, or you can make it to internal only, or you can prefer the external SD card for the installation of your application, or you can set the auto for these things. So this is what the Android manifest file general configuration or the general attribute of the Android application. Next thing is the manifest extra that you have. You can also configure you can also see the configuration that we have made. The minimum SDK requirement is the 14 and the target SDK version is the 23. So you can also select by browsing it to the another thing. You can also change the target SDK version, and you can also make it change whenever you want. So below these things, the another things are there. So this is what the Android manifest in the manifest file. Now inside the application tag, what you have the particular application attributes where you can set the name of the particular application, then the theme of the particular application, label, icon, banner, logo, description, permission, process. So there's a different type of attributes which you can set over here, and the list of the Android activities are over here, which inside the my application is there, where the main activity is there, which contains the another for the activity the attributes will be displayed over here. The name of the activity is the main activity, and the theme, then the label, then the description, icon, banner, then the launch mode, screen orientation, configuration changes, and the different type of attributes are over there. So if you have created the multiple activities for your application, then you have to register your activities inside the Android manifest file, so it can be available inside your Android application. So that's those things you can do it from over here. You can add the activities lies, metadata, provider, receiver, service, and the user library. So these are the different components of the Android application which you can register in the Android manifest file. So this is what the Android manifest file application tag. Then the permission is there, where you can select the permission if you want to give the access to the some non-permitted thing to your application. Then you can give the permission of those things to your application. If your application is using some kind of permission from the Android OS part, then you can take the uses permission tag from over here. So this is what the Android manifest file in the GUI. If you want to see the Android XML layout, this is what the Android XML layout will look like. It has the XML version code of your particular application, then the manifest, then the package name is there, version code, version name, then the installation location is there, then the minimum SDK requirement and the target SDK version is there, then the application tag is there, where each hold the application attributes, where the allow backup is set to true, then the icon which you have selected, label, then the theme which you have selected, then the required for all the user whatever you have selected, then it contain the one activity right now, that is what the activity tag is there, the name of the activity, then the label, and the screen orientation of that particular activity, then the intent filter is there, and the action and the category is there. This is the main default activity which is used as a launcher activity of my application. So that is why the filter is provided, intent filter is provided on them, where the action is set to the android.intent.action.main. So it is the main activity specified with this particular action name, and the category of my activity, this activity is the launcher category. So it is the main activity for my application which will execute when I launch the particular application. So this is what the another attributes of the activity which I have told you right now. So this is what the package structure whenever you will create a one default Android application inside the Eclipse, and this is what the description of the Android manifest files and the other folders or the other files that you will get each and every time when you will create a new Android application. So thanks for watching this video, and please do comment for and do give us the feedback for the better improvisement in the next video tutorials. Thank you very much.